Hi everyone, this is Arcadius and welcome back to Naval. Today we'll be reviewing the American battleship New Mexico, or as I have the sister ship Mississippi. Now, as I mentioned just a little bit yesterday in the video for New York, this ship is actually extremely powerful, and that's for quite a few different reasons. So let's take a look to see what we have. We have 53,200 health, 36% torpedo resistance, which is pretty good, 18 inches of armor. Uh, Not on the belt. It looks like the belt is 343, which is, what, about 13 and a half or so? It looks like maybe 18 on the turret faces and the battle bridge itself. But your armor is actually relatively good. It's not easy to citadel the ship, especially when she's fully upgraded like this. At her base hull, it's not that difficult, but in this form, I find it's only possible to possibly citadel her at an angle like this, aiming under the turrets, or even at one like this. If you're just going full broadside, most of the time you're just going to get some major chunk damage. Her guns, she has 12 14-inch guns, so the exact same armament as Fuso. However, she has them arranged in 4 triple turrets, 2 in the front and 2 in the rear. The gun angles may not be all that good, but the firepower is definitely there. Now, you're at matchmaking tier 6.0, or 6.1 I should say, so you're going up against Warspites and Queen Elizabeths and Bayerns, which have 15-inch guns which can go right through your nose. However, your 14-inch guns cannot. But on the other side is that she has really powerful high explosive shells and can do quite a bit of high explosive damage when need be. Her gun range is 18.4 kilometers. The secondary range is 4.4 kilometers. Yes, you have some 5-inch guns. They're not gonna do you any good, honestly. They're there for show. You don't really Americans don't really have good secondaries. There are a few exceptions, such as Illinois, um, but that's pretty much the only one actually. So yeah, just Illinois and nothing else. Speed is a sluggish 21 knots, and she also carries a fighter. She has 3 of them total. AA defense is actually really good. Look at these numbers. I can probably increase the range a little bit more. I don't know if I have all the stats applied, but the damages themselves are pretty good, and you will knock down quite a few aircraft. That doesn't mean it'll stop carriers from attacking you, because it's not impossible to land an attack on you. It just means that they will always lose some aircraft during said attack. So with that, let's toss her into a game and see what we can do today. Alright, here we have ourselves a game. 3 battleships, looks like 5 cruisers and 2 destroyers. No carrier, which is fine by me, honestly. And we're going to see what we can do. So what battleships do we have? We have a Dunkirk, Mississippi, Normandy. Alright, so the Dunkirk is going to be pretty powerful. Even if it does have pretty small guns and not very many of them, the ship itself is pretty powerful in the terms of her speed. Considering we only have a majority of cruisers, instead of going on the left side of this big island like I normally do, I am just going to go right down the middle. Mainly because I have the armor to do so, and B, because I'm slow, and if I go around the island, it'll take me half the game just to get there. So we're going to mosey our way along this way. Here is the gun angles. So something like that. Not terrible, but you're just going to take a lot of chunk damage at that kind of angle anyways. And like I said, that would be putting yourself in for a possible citadel hit at that kind of angle as well. Now I do have health buffs and speed buffs applied at this time, so this is not the base ship. And let's see what we can do. I might actually, well, I want to switch to high explosive because I can light some fires on battle tanking battleships because that's how they'll be when I first see them. However, I feel like the cruisers are going to be the ones that I really see first, and so I'm going to keep armor piercing. Yep, there's the first cruiser. What cruisers do we have? Nuremberg, Arthusa, Nuremberg. Alright, so pretty light cruisers. Nothing to be afraid of. A Mayhem. And an Anshan. Alright, so nothing too serious there either. That's good. The shell arcs on these guns are actually pretty high, so you do have to get a little bit close to your target in order to accurately hit them. But as you can see there, I already destroyed a main gun on Arthusa. She only has 3 double turrets, so now she only has 2. I didn't get a lot of damage, which is unfortunate because that's what I was hoping for. But still, I'll take out a destroyed gun too. Your gun reload is not the best either, nor is your actual overall accuracy. Broadsiding targets are definitely the ones you're going to go for. So similar to New York, New Mexico is very good against other battleships. However, against cruisers, she's slightly better than New York. But especially against destroyers, she's absolutely dreadful. And carriers, she has some okay-ish AA, but like I said, it's not going to stop them from trying to sink you still. As you can see, she's really good against cruisers when they're broadsiding. She's not even worth shooting anymore. But if they're not broadsiding, then it doesn't really matter. So in this case, that's enough of an angle that I should be able to get some good damage. Yep, there we go. And then we're getting close to the battleships themselves. The Normandy is giving us a broadside, so I might want... Yeah, I'm going to see if I can punish that. Before she... Actually, no, it's the New Mexico, actually. Alright, so it looks like she'll have somewhat of an angle when my shells hit. But I'm still able to do almost 18,000 damage. Alright, so all the cruisers are down. We just have that one Anshan all the way over there. And now we have all the battleships. So let's put another salvo into this New Mexico because they're all focused on the Arthusa for the brief second she'll survive. So let's whittle down as much as we can. Yep, there she goes. As you can see, no citadels on New Mexico, Mississippi, however you want to say it. Gonna try and aim for the waterline. Yep, nope, just major pen damage for over 20,000. And let's see if we can finish her off here in a second. Because that's a very juicy Dunkirk broadside. Actually, let's see if we can get some Dunkirk damage on it. There we go. Pretty good. Right. Have our secondaries do what they can on New Mexico. However, I do not expect them to actually sink her. I'm going to see if my fleet or team can actually take care of Mississippi because Dunkirk is the more dangerous ship. I cannot catch her if she gets away. There we go, triple citadel. And we also got a fire on New Mexico, so secondaries are at least doing a little bit of something. They're not completely worthless. Maybe they'll set another one. Be nice to have 2 fires. And let's see what we can do against Normandy. Aiming for the and immediate deletion. There we go, we have ourselves a game. As you can see, adequate at deleting battleships and cruisers alike. However, you would want to stay away from destroyers, and didn't really have a chance to show you the carriers, but she's not terrible. But her slow speed and moderate AA means you're a big juicy target still. So 215,000 damage, 3 ships sunk, 89 shell hits, 9 citadels, 1 fire, 1 module destroyed, 39 secondary hits for 6,200 base XP. All, if not most of the damage, is in armor piercing shells at 211,000. Fires did almost 4,000, and then secondary battery did less than 600 damage. So, yeah, she has really, really good armor piercing. If you are facing battle tanking battleships, you will want to use high explosive. That is the one drawback to the ship that wasn't really able to show you. She is okay against armor piercing in the way that she will not be getting citadeled very easily. She'll still take major chunk damage, but if you use high explosive against her, not only will you be destroying secondaries and AA mounts, but there's a lot of superstructure there. You can get at least 15 to, I would not be surprised to see 20,000 damage just in high explosive if you use like another New Mexico to a New Mexico, or even something like a Fuso. Large, high explosive shells against this will do major amounts of damage. Yes, it can be healed relatively much, but still, that's still quite a bit of damage. Still a fun ship though. I've had some really, really good games with her. Something like 300, 400,000 damage games. You don't always get those. Actually, this one I had today was pretty high as well. Mainly because I was deleting battleships left and right, but that's because I was just so close. Um, Pretty good ship, and we're almost out of these slow battleships, and we'll go over the next and final one, hopefully, tomorrow, while we go over Colorado, or as I renamed her, West Virginia. So I will wrap up today's video. If you liked the video, make sure you like and subscribe, and like I said, join me tomorrow while we go over Colorado. Take care.